Man Hour Nation, it's your boy BC Brandon Combs coming to you with a special message. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Now, that's 22 too many. And here at the Man Hour, we want to bring awareness to this. Our brothers and sisters deserve our support and our help. With the Take 22 merch, it's a small opportunity to show our appreciation and support to our veterans and take a small step to ending veteran suicide and treating PTSD properly. Every dollar spent on our Take 22 merch will be donated to the cause. So Man Hour Nation, rise up and show your support.
Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckasha here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com and check out the merchandise page. We have fresh new merch dropping each and every quarter over there at manhourradio.com. So check out your Beastie merch. Check out your Man Hour original logo tee merch. Check out your Team Buck merch. And of course, Takeaway 22 merch is over there as well. As you guys heard pre-show there, 22 veterans every day take their own lives. So that's 22, way too many. So let's definitely raise some awareness to this issue. And all proceeds from Takeaway 22 merch does go to a nonprofit motorcycle organization based out of Topeka, Kansas. It is they help veterans get to and from appointments. They get housing, they get needs, they get food, they get everything possible that veterans and actually EMS and firefighters and all those people that could possibly need something over there. So guys, it is a great cause. Takeaway 22 merch over at manhourradio.com. So guys, it has been quite the wild ride here the last month or so. Work has got us crazy. Brandon BC Combs is getting work wound up as well. So guys, hopefully we wrangle things back in here. Hopefully we are able to bring you guys the best damn sports show on the planet each and every day, as we do promise you guys that. So welcome to the morning show guys. Here we are live every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. East Coast time. If you guys want to, you can jump into the chat over here at youtube.com/man hour, or you can text us at 812-648 hour. That is 812-648-4687. This is a live interactive show. So guys, if you guys are watching us on YouTube, feel free to jump in the chat. If you're watching us on bellyup.tv or Roku TV or Apple TV, guys, shoot us a text message as well, and I will get to them as promptly and as quickly as I can. So guys, this is Monday morning. We are back at it. Overnights has got me all types of whacked up. So Saturday and Sunday, like, I am dog tired all day, every day, because I don't sleep. And then come Monday, I'm still kind of dragging. But Tuesday, we are fired up. But today, guys, I am fired up today. We are going to talk the top 5 wide receiver free agencies in the NFL this particular season, the 2022 season. Where are they going to land? Where do I think they are going to land? Or if they even move or even play the 2022 season. Imagine that. So some free agents, some notable free agents in the wide receiver market is Devontae Adams. He's obviously is a free agent. Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson II is obviously a free agent as well. Odell Beckham Jr. and of course Michael Gallup. Of course, we've been hearing some Michael Gallup news. Possibly the Cowboys have reached a deal with Michael Gallup, but we will see. I mean, obviously the offseason doesn't start for another 7 days here. March 14th is the official offseason day where people can get franchise tagged and signed and all this other stuff. But of course, guys, we do start every day with the word. Bird is the word. If I can find the overlay, where's it at? Oh man, it's been so long since I've done this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Are you serious right now? Can I not? Can I not find it? Oh, there it is. And today's word of the day is going to be why. Why in the world are things happening the way they're happening, right? I mean, of course, we can get into the Russian and the Ukraine war and all this other stuff, but I'm going to try to keep it strictly about sports today. And my why is going to go out to Brittany Griner. Why, Brittany Griner, are you doing the things that you do? But we digress from that a tad bit here. So guys, Brittany Griner, Grinder, not Grinder, like that website Grinder. Hey, let's get some Grinder action. Brittany Griner was officially arrested in Russia for carrying drugs onto an airplane. So many people are saying, hey, this is simply just the Russians trying to get one over here on us on the U.S., poke the bear per se. But there are many people reacting to the WNBA star Brittany Griner being detained in Russia. So Secretary of State Attorney Blinken said Sunday that the United States will provide every possible assistance to citizens who are being held in foreign countries, aka Brittany Griner, because she is being held in a Russian prison. And he goes on to quote, says there's only so much I can say given the privacy concerns at this point, Blinken said of Griner. Whenever an American is detained anywhere in the world, we of course stand ready to provide every possible assistance, and that includes Russia. We have an embassy team that's working on the case of other Americans who are detained in Russia, he added. We're doing everything we can to see that their rights are upheld and respected. So this tells me that many people in the Russian or in Russia that are Americans that are being possibly detained for something stupid, right? Something that may not even be there. But Brittany Griner does play in the Russia during the WNBA offseason because WNBA basketball players do not make that much money, so they go overseas and they make probably more money overseas than they do in the WNBA. But Brittany Griner is being held in Russia after customs officials claimed they found Harshin oil in her luggage at the airport near Moscow in February. I'm not for sure what Harshish hemp oil is, but I assume it is some type of weed because, Brittany Griner does look like the biggest weed head ever, right? And of course she's come out and said she's open lesbian and everything else, but that isn't here or there. But one thing I do want to bring up is that American officials says back in January when this whole Russia thing we're starting to take hold, right? They said do not travel if you are in Russia, period. Like if you are in America and you are in Russia right now, you are going to get harassed. There is no way around it because of the COVID-19 crap, because of the war on Ukraine that is getting ready to flourish. So the word of the day is why. Like Brittany Griner, why are you trying to test the waters here? Because first of all, that they're going to try to ding you on any possible thing in Russia, especially if you are an American and you are an American celebrity like Brittany Griner is. She may not be the biggest celebrity ever, but she's definitely up there in the world, and people know who she is. So you want to travel? So you want to try to put weed in your luggage and carry it on to Russia? Like, come on. Like, that is one of the dumbest things that I could possibly do ever right now, Brittany Griner. Like, so for her being held in Russia definitely sucks for her. But at the end of the day, like, why would you do something like that? That is absolutely stupid, absolutely asinine. Brittany Griner, why? Alrighty, guys. So we are up against the first break here on Man Hour Radio. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Be sure to check out the blog section as well. We are getting hot and heavy in the blog section over there as well. If you're going to miss any part of the show whatsoever, you can find us on youtube.com/Man Hour. We do upload the clips each and every day over there and then associated with the blog post as well. Or you can simply find us on bellyup.tv. Or if you're on Roku TV or Apple TV, search Belly Up Sports. We are there every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. East Coast time. And then again, we give you an extra additional show over there at Belly Up at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. East Coast time. And of course, right here on youtube.com, we are live as much as possible, but I am live for sure every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. East Coast time. And then we try to give you an afternoon or the nighttime show as well every Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. East Coast time. I'll be sure to make sure, guys, we get that a lot more diligent moving forward. But we're up against that break, guys. On the other side of the break, we are going to talk some top 5 NFL wide receivers, free agency style, going into the 2022 season, guys. We'll be right back here on the Man Hour.
Hey, gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit tssfantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Yeah! I use mayo over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
You got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
I was built to last with the whips I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quench the thirsty, I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it, it's been chronic, since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic, go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving, got my foot on gas, never stop competing, if you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckasher here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com and check out the website. We got blog section. We got breaking news over there. Of course, we got the merchandise section over there as well. But if you guys are curious why I am not on camera today, which normally I am, because I am by far the best looking person on the Man Hour, no question about it. But guys, I am officially unpacking my house. So me and my wife moved into our house back in August, and we pretty much, like, we had 2 storage units full of stuff, and basically we just had like our essentials like inside the house, and the storage units and the storage unit's like, it's like, hey, we're going to double the price on you guys. We're like, what? Like, what? So basically, it kicked us in the rear end to get the storage unit unloaded, and we basically just put everything in the garage. So the studio is kind of combottled right now. I got the curtain down so you guys can see like in the garage. It's just it's a big mess, and I'm quite frankly I am ashamed of it. So I actually have a question for you guys. How long does it normally take to unpack a house? Because like I said, me and my wife moved in August, and what is now March. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and March. So we're going on 6-7 months here in our house. And we're basically just living by the bare essentials, right? And like, I feel like if stuff has been in the storage unit for over a year, we probably don't need it. So obviously, you know, the wife's like, oh, it's sentimental. We need to keep this, and this, and we need to go through it all. Like, no, like, we literally haven't seen it in a year. Why do we need it? Get it out of here. But guys, nonetheless, so probably the next week or two, I will be off camera while I try to get the whole house situated and put together. And I'm also building a new studio. I'm not for sure when that will be done. We have just got a brand new. We're hopefully finalizing the contract this week to get that studio built. So, you know, putting a couple $1,000s into the man hour, building a nice little studio there. And I'm pretty excited about it because my wife gets a little sewing side of the studio, and then I'll have the man hour side, and it'll be magic. It'll be match made in heaven. But guys, welcome back to the Man Hour. Like I said, I am Michael Buckasher. You can find me on Twitter at manhour_buck, and of course you can follow Man Hour on Twitter at man_hour_radio over there on the old Twitter machine. We are trying to be a lot more active over there. So guys, let's get our followers up, and we'll follow you back as well. It's a win-win situation for everywhere here. Of course, we are part of Belly Up Sports. Oh, and we are on bellyup.tv every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then again at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. East Coast time. All those are East Coast times. Two different shows, you guys, 2 times a day. So be sure to check out bellyup.tv, or if you have Roku or Apple TV, simply search Belly Up Sports and we'll be right over there. But enough of paying the bills, enough ranting of life and all that good stuff here, guys. But moving forward here on the Man Hour, hour number 2, starting Tuesday, that's right, tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, we will get the man, the myth, the legend himself. Mr. Beastie Combs will be on the phone for us for about 30 minutes as he does head to work. And, you know, we get a chance to talk some sports with the man, the myth, the legend, himself. Like, as we don't talk enough, boom, Combsy is going to call into the show, and we're going to spitball some stuff, and we're going to have a grand old time because me and Combsy are boys. And anytime I get a chance to talk to Combsy on the Man Hour or in life in general, my day is made. But guys, the 2022 NFL season is roughly 7 days. No, not roughly. It is 7 days away here, where teams can officially start signing they can officially start franchise tagging people, signing contracts, possibly moving some people as well. So over the next 5 days here, we are going to be talking about quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, some defensive players, and possibly some offense of linemen too, of where they could possibly go land and make big impacts on other teams. And right now, today, we're going to talk about the wide receiver class. So there are 5 big name receivers that I feel that are fronting this class. This wide receiver class is very, very loaded in free agency. So we do have Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson II, of course, Odell Beckham Jr. coming off his second ACL injury in 15 months. So I kind of feel bad for him, but we do got to talk about him as well. And of course, Michael Gallup as well. So the first one we are going to talk about is the Green Bay Packers receiver named Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams will easily probably be the gem of this year's free agent class. He is arguably the best receiver in all of NFL last year and this year, but he has been one of the most consistent producers over the last 5 seasons. Since 2016, he has just under 6,000 yards receiving. So guys, take that into perspective. In 2016, the last 5 seasons, he has just under 6,000 yards. He is 45 yards away from 6,000 yards, 5,955 yards receiving. He has more than any other receiver other than DeAndre Hopkins, I should say. And he has a league-leading 57 touchdowns. 57 touchdowns in 5 seasons. Take that into perspective. Yes, a lot of that has to do with Aaron Rodgers, obviously. One of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, right? But Davante Adams is a man among men with 57 touchdowns and 6,000 receiving yards in the last 5 seasons. Of course, Davante Adams has shown incredible ability to excel in multiple systems, playing underneath Mike McCarthy, and of course now Matt LaFleur, and regular beats man coverage. If you're going to man up against Davante Adams, you better call the home shot right now, because he is, see you later, alligator, see you in the end zone. But on the bright side, yes, Davante Adams has been in the league for quite some time, 5+ years, obviously, but he is still not even 30 years old yet, guys. Take that into perspective. He is the best receiver in the league, 6,000 yards in the last 5 seasons, 57 touchdowns, and he's not even 30 years old yet. This guy is just now entering his prime. Just entering his prime. Although Davante Adams' injuries have been piling up on him as of late, and it's kind of mildly concerning, he has avoided missing time in only 2 of the 8 seasons. So his 8 years in the league, only 2 seasons he has played all 16 games. But he should still definitely get a massive contract in this year's offseason. So when we look at teams that could possibly use the services of Davante Adams, obviously the Green Bay Packers are at the top of the list. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers stays, I feel Davante Adams is going to say no matter what. But teams outside of Green Bay, there are several teams that could definitely use the services of Davante Adams. The first team that comes to mind are the New York Jets. The New York Jets are bad. Let's just be flat out honest. They are bad. They have 6 consecutive seasons with 5 wins or less, and they desperately need talent. They are starting to build the offensive line. They do have a nice young quarterback, possibly. Possibly. We'll see how year number 2 goes for Mr. Blue Jet himself. But Davante Adams could basically help fast track the New York Jets. When a player like Davante Adams goes to New York, it is kind of contagious. Maybe like a player like Saquon Barkley now wants to go there, right? I mean, obviously Saquon Barkley is up on the training block apparently for whatever reason. Giants fans, we'll talk about that probably Wednesday. But the New York Jets make sense for Davante Adams. Signing him would probably instantly make them at least a 500 team. Yes, I know there's 17 games in the season. You can't be 500 technically. But you are definitely a 500 team. And Zach Wilson needs that help. The Jets have $53.2 million in projected salary cap space this offseason, and that is more than enough room to sign Davante Adams, plus some other free agents. New York Jets does make sense. The next one that makes sense to me, let's look no further. Let's look across the lake in Detroit. The Detroit Lions are in need of some talent as well. They are in need of a player like Davante Adams. Just like the Jets, the Detroit Lions haven't been much of anything the last couple years. And the Detroit Lions are painfully aware of what Adams brings to the table. Davante Adams has faced the Detroit Lions 12 times over the last 8 seasons, and he has caught 65 passes for 723 yards with 7 touchdowns in those games. So stealing Devontae Adams from the Green Bay Packers and going to the Detroit Lions. Ultimate smack in the Green Bay Packers face. And oh man, that would make for some must-see TV. Devontae Adams versus Green Bay Packers in the blue and silver. And my man Luke G would probably go crazy about that. And of course, the Lions do have the quarterback in Jared Goff. I still think Jared Goff has it. I mean, like, he doesn't have it, but he still has it, like, being able to play a game. So maybe a little bit of Jared Goff, a little bit of Devontae Adams, and then a good first-round pick. Bada bing, bada boom. The Detroit Lions might be playoff bound, baby. Like, I know what you guys are saying. I've been saying it for the last couple of years, but slow it down. He still has a chance. Still has a chance. And another team that could possibly use the services, or that could use the services of Devontae Adams, is in the AFC North as well. We are going to be talking about their key receiver leaving the team probably here in a little bit in Allen Robinson, but that is the Chicago Bears. The Bears are a team that would love to steal Devontae Adams away. They would love it. They have a nice young second-year quarterback in Justin Fields. They have a rookie head coach. They have a rookie GM. Why not bring a big, prolifical receiver like Devontae Adams to the, what are they orange and blue or whatever it is? Yeah, orange and blue. Bring it to the orange and blue. But yeah. I mean, Devontae Adams Allen Robinson is probably going to leave in free agency. So that will free up some cap room for the Chicago Bears to get the Devontae Adams. But let's look at the Bears as a whole. The Bears are ranked 10th in total defense and 9th passing defense of last season. They also recorded the league best of 32 sacks on the season. And they bring back more talent. They bring back Khalil Mack, the centerpiece of the Chicago Bears. Really the only thing the Chicago Bears are missing is a prolific wide receiver. Devontae Adams is it, because Allen Robinson wants out. So bring in Devontae Adams. Bada bing, bada boom. One other team I'm going to throw out there for you guys. Maybe two. Let's look at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are hurting for a wide receiver help after they cut a couple. They cut their cornerback, and then their other receiver is in jail for killing a girl. So wasn't Derek Carr and Devontae Adams on the same college team? I believe that's what it weren't. Didn't they both go to Gonzaga? I'm pretty sure. No, Fresno State. They both went to Fresno State. And if you guys remember last year when Devontae Adams, before he signed that franchise tag, Derek Carr was reaching out to him like, "Hey man, come to Vegas. Let's run it back, right? Let's roll. The Las Vegas Raiders last year started 6-5 on the 2021 season, and they're right in the hunt for the AFC West title, including the playoff spot. Spoiler alert, they made it to the playoffs. They gave the Bengals a run for their money. Mr. Money McPherson, like, obviously ended that quickly on them, but that's here nor there. But let's flash back to college. The Fresno State quarterback, that's right, Derek Carr, from 2012 to 2013, threw for over 9,000 yards and 87 touchdowns in that span. Devontae Adams got 3,000 of those yards and 38 of those scores. What? Derek Carr and Devontae Adams both came into the league as second-round picks in 2014 and quickly became key pieces of their clubs that drafted them. Now let's flash back to a year ago. Back in June, Adams said it would be a dream come true to play with Carr again, but it appears that fell through. The feeling is mutual. So Devontae Adams to Las Vegas makes pretty good sense. And then obviously, we can't forget the Green Bay Packers. I mean, he spent his 8 seasons there. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to stay where right. But of course, all that depends on Aaron Rodgers and quite frankly, we don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers, and let's not talk about him right now. So the next high political receiver in this year's free agency class is going to be Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin went down with the ACL injury. Back in November, maybe. But he has been one of the most productive wide receivers over the last 3 seasons, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers standout is set to become a free agent for the first time in his career. Godwin is averaging 81.9 yard receiving per game since 2019. That's 4th in the NFL. He has 53 catches of 20-plus yards since 2019 and is 3rd in the league. That's right, 3rd in the league with his 1,443 yards after catch. So when Chris Godwin gets the ball, he is going up the field and he is looking to make some moves. Dinking and dunking underneath. Keyword there, dinking and dunking underneath. If you guys know, you know, but Kansas City Chiefs do that all the freaking time. Make a perfect fit there, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes here. Chris Godwin did play underneath the franchise tag in 2021, and he definitely lived up to his $15.9 million salary. Finished with 98 catches with 1,103 yards with 5 touchdowns in just 14 games. That's his second 1,000-yard receiving season in the last 3 seasons. He had 7 receptions per game in 2021. That was 3rd in the NFL, and his 78.8 yards receiving per game was 7th in the league. Chris Godwin is going to be a man to reckon with here in 2022, I feel. Potential landing spots for him. Let's stay in the good old state of Florida. Florida man himself. But I have gone on record and I've said the Jacksonville Jaguars are a playmaker away to being a playoff caliber team. And Jacksonville Jaguars is exactly where Chris Godwin could land. The Jacksonville Jaguars are in desperate need of a playmaking receiver as Trevor Lawrence does head into his second season, and they will hit the cap space of $56.8 million to overpay for a wideout. They have almost $57 million to pay for a couple receivers to make Trevor Lawrence a whole lot easier. Chris Godwin should be on top of their radar, and he will be a very, very reliable slot receiver for Trevor Lawrence. He would instantly make the Jacksonville Jaguars better. He would instantly make them a playoff caliber team. Let's face it. The AFC South is not that strong right now. Houston Texans are trash. Colts, we don't even know what the Colts are going to do. The Titans are going to do what the Titans do. They're going to start off great and then flumber toward the end. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, all they got to do is be a 500 better or team, or a 9-8 win team there, possibly 10. Bada bing, bada boom, they are in the playoffs. So Chris Godwin, the Jacksonville Jaguars, it just makes sense. Next up, stay home with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Stay in Florida. Stay with the team you know. Antonio Brown is obviously gone, right? So that frees up some cap space for them. The biggest question in Tampa Bay is the quarterback situation. We've heard Cam Newton name get thrown around, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I think we'll talk about quarterbacks tomorrow on Tuesday. But after Mike Evans, who does Tampa Bay really have at receiver? Like I said, Antonio Brown is gone. Tyler Johnson probably leaving. Scotty Miller is leaving. Bashad Perriman is this next top receiver. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need Godwin back, no matter who the quarterback is. They need a solid slot receiver, and I feel that they would be willing to pay him to stay, because they need him. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you guys remember when I said he likes to nickel and dime it down the field, get the ball, quick little stance and run after the catch? That's exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs do. getting a number 2 wide receiver is vital in Kansas City. Me being a Kansas City Chiefs fan, we had a plethora of receivers, but we never really had that solid number 2, the solid slot receiver that we needed, right? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. Let's just call a spade. He's a great quarterback. But adding Chris Godwin to the Kansas City Chiefs will put them in political situation to win second Super Bowl in 3 years, right? The Kansas City Chiefs have $11.2 million in cap space. And when you pair up a receiver like Chris Godwin and Tyreek Hill, ooh, baby. Let's not forget that they still have Travis Kelce, still have Byron Pringle, still have McCole Hardman. Hell, they still have Josh Gordon. Let's not forget about that. Chris Godwin to the Kansas City Chiefs. If that happens, put the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl right now. Next up, I'm going to give you guys a couple more teams here. The Green Bay Packers. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. We don't know what's going on with Devontae Adams. But if you want them both to stay, you want them both to entice to stay in Green Bay, bring a player in like Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin would be a perfect fit for the Green Bay Packers. Perfect fit. Yes, they still have Alan Lazard. They still have Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Randall Cobb is probably going to be retiring this year. But Chris Godwin is clearly an upgrade from Allen Robinson and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Yes, I do know that the Green Bay Packers are $45 million over the cap. But I feel like players like Aaron Rodgers, like Devontae Adams and other big-name players that are there would probably restructure their deal to bring in a player like Chris Godwin to win a championship. Because at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. It's all about winning championships. Next team that I'm going to throw out there for Chris Godwin, Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. They do have their number 1 receiver in Devontae Smith going into his second year with Jalen Hurts going into his third year. But they are a number 2 receiver away to win a lot of games. The Eagles need a number 2 receiver in the worst way, especially in that slot. Especially in that slot. Obviously, Devontae Adams is the number 1 receiver on that team. No question about it. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself over there in Philly for a very, very long time. Dallas Goedert is the man at the tight end. But besides that, they don't have very many pass catchers. Chris Godwin would be an excellent fit in Philly. Excellent fit. Next up, I was talking to Combsy last week about this, but the New England Patriots. Yes, the New England Patriots always kind of find a diamond in the rough when like Jacoby Myers and Kendrick Bourne, right? They also taught Nelson Aguilar how to catch again, although he had a subpar first year. But Mac Jones needs that number 1 receiver. They need that number 1 receiver, and I feel Chris Godwin could be that number 1 receiver in New England. All these other teams that we have talked about, he was going to be a number 2. He was going to be the second fiddle to Mike Evans, to Devontae Smith, to Devontae Adams, to Tyreek Hill. Here in New England, he would be the man. Yes, you still have Jacoby Myers and Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar, right? And of course, you have the tight ends for names slipping my mind. But Chris Godwin would be the man. Mac Jones needs that big play receiver right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Chris Godwin. For all you New England Patriots fans out there, if you want to win, get Chris Godwin. One more team I'm going to throw out there. The Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts. T.Y. Hilton is really not T.Y. Hilton of old by any means. It would not surprise me if he retires this year as well or in the next couple years. We don't know what's going on with quarterback with Carson Wentz, whether Indianapolis Colts decide to keep Carson Wentz for 2022 or not. They still need help at receiver. Outside of Mike Pittman, Zach Pascal, they don't have anybody. $36 million in cap space. They can throw a lot of money their way. And I think the Colts should throw some money at the way for a player like his services. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be a great receiver one day once the offense in Indianapolis figures itself out. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be a man. Chris Godwin already is a man. Why not take that double coverage, put it on Chris Godwin, let Michael Pittman Jr. eat, and bada bing, bada boom. We have a two-headed monster in Indianapolis. So long story short, anywhere that Chris Godwin goes, whether it be to the Jacksonville Jaguars, stays home at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, goes to Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Patriots, or the Colts, any team he goes to besides the Buccaneers are instantly better teams. Instantly better. Chris Godwin might be the steal of this year's free agency. Yes, Devontae Adams is going to steal the show with all the big highlights and the glims and gems and big money thrown his way. But don't sleep on Chris Godwin. Any team that he goes to outside the Tampa Bay Buccaneers instantly is better. Instantly better. Now, number 3 receiver that I think is going to be, is a free agent, but is the number 3 on the list, Allen Robinson II. Chicago Bears man himself. I said Devontae Adams to Chicago makes sense because Allen Robinson is on his way out. If Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace were still there in Chicago, definitely Allen Robinson would be out 100%. But with the new coaching regime, with the new general manager regime in there, maybe that is just enticing enough for Allen Robinson II to sign a franchise tag. Maybe, maybe not. I'm quickly up against the break here, so I have about 6 teams that I could really see Allen Robinson on this season. I'm not going to put the Kansas City Chiefs in there, although there have been links to Kansas City Chiefs and Allen Robinson. That was before Matt Nagy was signed back on the Kansas City Chiefs. So I think that signing right there nixes the Kansas City Chiefs off of the list 100%. So there are 3 or 4 teams that I've already said that need a big name receiver. I told them with Chris Godwin and Allen Robinson fixed that mold as well. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Those 4 teams right there could definitely use the services of Allen Robinson, and they sign him instantly better. Instantly better. Jacksonville Jaguars the same. Heck, it would not surprise me if Allen Robinson and Chris Godwin both go to Jacksonville. Jacksonville, like I said, has $57 million in cap space to play with. They could give 2 healthy contracts to Allen Robinson and Chris Godwin, and they are instantly playoff contenders. If they sign both of those receivers, mark them down as South winners right now. AFC South will go through Jacksonville. New head coach, Trevor Lawrence, second year, 2 big name receivers. Travis Etienne is healthy. A pretty damn good defense on that side of the ball as well. Jacksonville Jaguars, watch out. Now, a dark horse here for Allen Robinson. The Cleveland Browns. Jarvis Landry is going to be up for a free agency as well. Obviously, Odell Beckham Jr. is gone. So the Chicago Bears could be needing they need some receiver help. They lost their number 2 in Odell in the trade deadline last year. And if Landry is gone, guys, right there's 1,500 yards gone again. So, but between Odell Beckham Jr. and Landry Jones, there's 2,000 yards on through the air, gone overnight. Of course, we don't know what is going on with Baker Mayfield or anything like that. They obviously not talking long-term deal, kind of a prove-it deal maybe this year, but Baker's going into his 6th season. So maybe, just maybe, he'll play out of his mind. Allen Robinson eats. But it's here or there, guys. We are up against the break, guys. We'll be right back at here on the Man Hour. Sit back, relax, and join as I find the clicky button. There you go. We're back.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase that, face it. I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
What's going on, Belly Up Sports fans? Thanks for tuning in to the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. We have some really exciting news for several Belly Up Podcast Network shows. The Sports Stove Podcast, the Rough Cut Sportscast, and Here in Puckburg have all been nominated for a Sports Podcast Award. So, head on over to sportspodcastawards.com and make sure to vote for the Sports Stove Podcast for Best College Sports Podcast and Best News and Current Affairs Podcast. Vote for the Rough Cut Sportscast for Best American Football Podcast, and vote for Here in Puckburg for Best Winter Sports Podcast. Again, that website is sportspodcastawards.com. Thanks for being the best part of Belly Up Sports. We are what they are.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Slowly now, I'll give up everything. Sick of the venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted, created a legacy off of me just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.